I actually like to bring another customer on stage too. So please welcome Caroline Pollard. Caroline is the manager of e-discovery services at Ballard Spahr, and she's going to share with her story about her success with Relativity, EC, and Analytics too. Tell us about Ballard and your role.
So Ballard is a national law firm. We have over 500 attorneys. We have 14 offices, and we represent clients in both private, public, government industries. And as the manager of e-discovery services, and that's just a little awkward because we just recently changed what our department was called. You know, it's our job to support all of our offices, to support all of our departments, and help them get access to their data, the client data, as quickly and easily as possible.
Cool. So you've been a customer of ours for over 4.5 years now, and we've always thought of you as being like forward-thinking. Tell us how you apply like analytics to like your ECA workflows.
So in the past, well, it's always been part of our workflow ever since structured analytics was introduced. It's our goal. We process, we dedupe. During processing, we apply the analytics, the email threading, and then we have always applied clustering as well to it.
So you've always been like all in with the technology.
All in. Let's see what we can get. Let's get into that data as quickly as possible.
Cool. So we got a couple of like case studies that we want to highlight with the audience here. So here's one where we worked with a client. We eliminated documents where keywords didn't catch. Tell us the story. This is like a cool 9.4 story.
Yeah. This client came to us when we were still at Relativity 9.1, and it's a government agency, and they never deleted a single email ever.
Yeah.
And so we ended up with, I don't know, close to 2 million, 3 million emails and other documents in this database. But it's a government agency. Nobody wants to spend any money. So using the STRs and some of the other tools and date restrictions, we culled it down to, I think we got it down to about 300 and some odd thousand documents. And the legal team and the government agency kept saying, that's too many documents, too many documents. So just about this time was when we upgraded from 9.1 to 9.4. And so kind of in the past, we would use the clusters. We'd go in and we'd look at things, and we'd find things like, okay, this didn't really make any sense. But when we upgraded to 9.4, and again, I'm still not sure how much of it has to do with the coherence of our document set and how much of it has to do with the upgrade to content analytics, probably a mix of both. But with the visualization piece that we suddenly had, they made sense. All the clusters made sense. The topics made sense. And so what we then were able to do is go in and start looking at them. And they're the obvious ones. There's the click shopping. You're going to look to get rid of irrelevant documents. You're going to see Facebook, Twitter. You think you're going to get rid of those. But we found when we drilled down through the clusters and we got down to about level 4, I think it was on the Facebook, Twitter group, there was this tiny little set of documents where the topics and the documents were clearly relevant to our litigation. And in the past, we probably would have just said, hey, let's just get rid of all the click shopping, all the Facebook, Twitter stuff, and we would have lost those documents and probably never known that we even had them. So with the cluster visualization, all of a sudden, now we have more insight into what our documents look like and where those really important documents are likely to be.
So you had the smoking gun and you might have just like zapped it away.
Potentially.
It's good. Discover the truth.
Well, that's what we're all about, right?
Yes, discover the truth. Here we have another case study here, like where there's a mix between like personal and business emails.
So this case was
Never
kind of
mixed the two in life.
Never mixed
Advice.
the two. Never mixed the two. Yeah, this client, we actually negotiated with them for about 2 weeks on how we were going to handle their data because every single thing personal, every single thing business was all in the same email accounts. And they were really nervous and apprehensive about their lawyers and document reviewers and anybody being able to see that personal information. So we had ECA, we had the ECA module at that point. We were able to process the data in, and we did the usual date restrictions and custodian and timeframes and things like that, and getting rid of duplicates. But one of the things we agreed to do with the client, and what got them to agree to do this process, was because it's in the ECA module, once we identify the documents that we believe are relevant for the litigation, we're going to be able to use those integration points and move them directly over to our review workspace, which is really cool. And then we're going to delete the ECA workspace. We're just going to get rid of it completely. That's not something I would normally want to do, but in this situation, it's what made gave the client happy. And it gives us the freedom to do that. I mean, you know, in the past when you had to move documents from one workspace to another workspace, you got to export it, import it. It's a lot of work. We have about 4 databases where would have been really nice to have integration points that we could have done this with. So that gives us a lot more flexibility in how we work with our clients and with our clients' data.
Cool. Well, that's a cool story and a creative use of relativity and integration points. Caroline, thank you.
No, you're welcome.